Hello everyone. My name, for the first time ever, is Dr. Connor Long, since I just graduated on Friday and am now officially a veterinarian. I'll be moving soon, so I wanted to make a final update and tour video of my vivariums, as things will be changing in the next few months and these particular setups may or may not persist as they are now. Before we jump into the builds, I wanted to respond to viewer comments. Chimera Appleby writes, I hope your channel really takes off. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of creative and inspirational content you'll hopefully be making in the future. It'll be sad for me when the lockdown is over and you can get back to your schooling, but nonetheless, I will wish you the best. Thanks, Chimera. That really means a lot. I hope I have time to keep posting. I will be starting my internship year soon, so my time will decrease quite a bit. To get serious for a second, I put a lot of thought into my content, so it means the world to me to have a third person watching my videos. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from you guys, so thanks so much to the three of you, and a warm welcome to any new viewers. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and with your support, I think we can easily get to 10 or maybe even 11 unique viewers by the end of 2020.
Alright, let's check on the Bioactive ball python vivarium first. The snake and his vivarium have both been doing very well. Several of my plants that weren't growing very quickly are finally starting to take off, and soon it'll finally look like the jungle I was originally envisioning when I planted it. My daily upkeep in this setup is just lightly misting the plants, and then twice a week I will thoroughly water them until water runs through the bottom of the planters. I've been feeding the snake 1 to 2 times per month. Let's see if he'll eat a frozen thawed rat for the camera. Well, nothing just yet. He's a little camera shy, I think, about eating. I've been unable to actually watch him eat for a while, but I think that if we leave this for him, he will probably eat it. Alright, let's check to see if the snake has consumed his rat while I was on a Zoom call. Yep, he did. He's doing good.
Schlesman Reptiles asks, do you have a water fixture in this enclosure? I wouldn't call it a water feature. I have a glorified water dish that is large enough for the snake to soak if he should choose. I don't like the commercially available dishes because I think they look fake and blocky. The ones that are meant to look like rocks, So I ended up just making my own with part of a commercial pond liner. It cost about $10, and when I cut the lip off it, I was able to make it flush with the substrate, so it just kind of fades into the background and isn't that noticeable. It's very easy to remove and clean, and that's important for proper python husbandry, so all in all, I would recommend that, I think.
Let's check in with Spicoli the Panther Chameleon. Spicoli has been doing very well. I've been taking him outside almost every day for some natural sunlight, and you can see that video by clicking the link on screen. He does do some cool color changes when he's outside. He's a lot of fun to watch. His primary indoor bioactive setup has turned into just a crazy jungle. The enclosure is about 100 pounds without anything in it at all. It's mostly made out of glass, so I'm not sure how or if I'll even be able to move it without completely taking it apart, unfortunately. So at 18 months old, this might be the most grown in we see this particular setup before I have to redo it. I did receive a question about how I drain my chameleon vivarium, so let's talk about that right now.
Parker Peabody asks, did you just drill a hole in the glass of the terrarium, or is there a built-in hole? A great question, Parker. I drilled out the back of this vivarium with a diamond bit, and I affixed a bulkhead. I have an aquarium siphon that runs under the false bottom and allows me to drain wastewater. This was not hard to do, but in hindsight, I think it was probably overkill. For my python vivarium, I have a drainage pipe that runs underneath the false bottom and lets me access wastewater that way. So if you're uncomfortable drilling glass, you can definitely have a drainage pipe in the actual vivarium, no problem.
Okay, let's feed Spicoli. He'll be getting a couple superworms and 3 red runner roaches, and I'm going to dust them with calcium powder without D3. I'll also give him a silk moth that I raised up from eggs. Spicoli's a big fan of both silkworms and silk moths, and I bet I can get him to eat a moth on camera. Oh, here he goes. Nice. Alright, last up of my bioactive setups is my dart frog tank. This setup is probably the one that will need the most serious overhaul after my move. The plants have been thriving, but the same cannot be said for my lights, unfortunately. The solderless connectors that I used to set up the light fixture are failing, and I will need to take apart the top and fix them if I want to keep this vivarium going. As a bit of good news, I keep a Mourning Gecko with my dart frogs, and I check on her once or twice a week. She can be hard to find, and I like to make sure she's doing okay. And for my weekly wellness check, I went in to look for her, and I saw 2 baby Mourning Geckos, which was really exciting. These geckos reproduce parthogenically, so I'd always been expecting more geckos, but I'd yet to see any. So I was worried that the mother or the frogs might have been eating the babies. I was able to remove one of the 2 babies, though the second escaped into the creeping fig. I will keep an eye out for her later. I'd feel more comfortable if I could get them both out of the dart frog vivarium and raise them up to a bit of a larger size before I reintroduce them.
And no tally of the animals would be complete without Charlie. Right, Charlie? Charlie is our blind husky. She is my roommate's dog, who was abandoned as a puppy at the ophthalmology service at school when her owners found out that she was blind. They also thought she was a designer breed called a Pomsky, which is half Pomeranian, half Husky, and supposedly very small and trendy. But no, she's a husky, and she's large for a husky. And she was born with glaucoma and had to have both of her eyes taken out, unfortunately, in a procedure called an enucleation. But she does really well. She can navigate extremely effectively for being blind. People don't believe that she's blind. And she will be moving with my roommate to Baltimore, and I will miss her quite a bit. But we'll always have all the memories, right, Charlie? Good girl. Go fetch the ball. Go fetch the ball. Go get it. Go get it. Go fetch. No, you're not gonna do it. Go get it. You can do it. Right? Charlie, right? She'll get it. She'll get it eventually. Yes, yeah, you got it. Good girl, Charlie. Oh, good girl. Good Charlie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Oh. All right, and that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you have any questions. I love hearing from you guys. And stay tuned. I hope to have some new builds in the future.
Your work and the impact that you will make in the daily lives of people and animals that you serve. This is not your final chapter of your education that defines you, but the